What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture with me, JC, where you can see all kinds of pop culture content. Could be anything from trailer reactions to EA Sports College Football 25 news, or today, where we're talking more movie news, and it's Superman news. We're going to continue to talk about this movie in the lead up to its release in 2025 and update all things DCU here on the channel. As you can see by the background there behind me, huge DC fan, huge Superman fan, huge superhero fan in general, including Marvel. So if that's up your alley, be sure subscribe here to JC's Pop Culture, where we're talking about that a shit ton here on the channel. But we've got more casting news as production just kicked off for Superman. We'll probably see more of this coming out in the near future. Some characters still left yet to be cast that may potentially be in the film. We haven't had a Jonathan or Martha Kent yet. Maybe they'll show up in the film. Maybe they won't. We know it's not an origin story, so maybe that rules out Jonathan Kent, say for some flashbacks. But we should still potentially get Martha Kent. We could get Sam Lane, and we didn't have Perry White. But now we know we do have Perry White, and obviously it was one that I was waiting on because we knew we had Lois Lane, we had Jimmy Olsen, so obviously we're going to be at the Daily Planet a little bit. Where the hell's Perry White? Well, now we know. We've got Wendell Pierce confirmed as Perry White for this movie. Fans of Suits will be happy. Fans of The Wire will be happy, as he was a big part of both of those shows, apparently. I think this might be one of my first exposures to Wendell Pierce, but this actually came from The Hollywood Reporter. Broke this as an exclusive a couple days ago. I put out a tweet there on JC's Pop Culture saying I'd put up a video about it eventually. Took me a day or two, but finally getting to it. We've got Wendell Pierce, best known for his work as a detective on HBO's seminal crime series The Wire, has been cast as the iconic editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet in James Gunn's Superman. The new feature based on the DC Comics character began rolling in Atlanta on Thursday. Previously titled Superman Legacy, we now know obviously just titled Superman. Then goes on to talk a little about some of the other cast members and a little bit about Perry White. And I'll read this just in case you don't know. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you know who the hell Perry White is, but the character of Perry White, Man of Steel fixture, first introduced in a radio serial in 1940. He's the boss of both Kent and Lois Lane, and depending on the incarnation, can be a tough-as-nails boss, the harried by his hair reporter's boss, or a father figure boss. The character has been played on the big screen by Jackie Cooper in the Christopher Reeves movies, Frank Langella in Bryan Singer's Take, and Lawrence Fishburne, of course, most recently in the Snyderverse, as he played Perry White, I thought very well. So those are some of the actors that he will be following up there, and Wendell Pierce certainly seems like he's equipped to do a great job with this role when this film releases on July 11th, 2025, excuse me, as we know that to be the release date. We know cameras are rolling, principal photography has begun, and now we have our Perry White as well with Wendell Pierce. So there is the casting news that I wanted to report on here in this Superman update, but also I wanted to share this because I haven't had a chance to share it yet on the channel. I'm sure some of you all have probably seen this, but pretty freaking awesome. Once principal photography started, we were wondering if we'd get anything from, any of the actors or anybody on set. Of course, we had the awesome logo reveal from James Gunn. Did that in our previous Superman update. Check out our DCU updates playlist if you want to check that out. But we also got this from Lois Lane herself, just a quick little short video she put on TikTok. But pretty awesome. You see Lex leaning on the left and Clark himself leaning on the right there. Pretty cool. And I think the caption that Three's Company, James Gunn, did when he reposted it on his Instagram. I think that when Rachel Brosnahan originally posted it, she said something like a reporter, a superhero, and a supervillain walk into a bar or something like that. But pretty cool, though, getting to see the three of them together. Obviously iconic: Superman, Lois, and one of the best villains of all time, Lex Luthor. And you guys know I'm not big on Nicholas Hoult, but I've got my fingers crossed that maybe he'll surprise me and give us a pretty badass performance as Lex in this film. But what are your thoughts on the cast as it's shaping up thus far now that we have Perry White included? And how cool was that set video? Anything you want to add there on Superman, the title change, the logo reveal, anything you got here in the lead up to this or any DCU discussion? I appreciate those in the comments. Those interactions really help the channel grow. And if you made it this far in the video, as always, hitting that thumbs up button helps a shit ton with the YouTube algorithm. If you're into Superman, superhero movies in general, or comedy movies, horror movies, or even the EA Sports College Football video game, I'm talking about all that a shit ton here on the channel. So if any of that sounds like it's up your alley, be sure hop along for the ride here on JC's Pop Culture by hitting that subscribe button, where we'll have a ton of fun talking about that pop culture content with me, JC. Having said that, appreciate you tuning into this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.